let's take a look at the Your Party nightmare stuff. So, if you had registered interest in Your Party earlier this month, you will have gotten an email this morning. And the email said, it is time. I got the email. It said, here you go. You can sign up as a member. Pledge how much you want to support a month. Set up your direct debit. Jeremy Corbyn. I think this is absolutely crazy, by the way. So this message went out, and then Jeremy Corbyn posted and said, urgent message to all Your Party UK supporters. This morning, an unauthorized email was sent to all yourparty.uk supporters with details of a supposed membership portal hosted in a new domain name. Legal advice is being taken. That email should be ignored by all supporters. If any direct debits have been set up, they should be immediately cancelled. The agreed process was announced on the 1st of August. The Independent Alliance group of MPs, Jeremy Corbyn, Zara Sultana, Iqbal Mohammed, Adnan Hussain, Shaukat Adam, and Ayub Khan, are stewarding accountable for the foundation process for the new party, leading to an inaugural Democratic conference in the autumn. Earlier this week, we shared new details about the roadmap to the launch, including our plans for mass regional assemblies and our founding conference. Soon, you will be able to turn your support into membership at yourparty.uk and shape the future of our party and country. Now, what's going on here, chat? You will see here that who has signed this? Jeremy Corbyn, Ayub Khan, Adnan Hussain, Iqbal Mohammed, Shaukat Adam. Where's Zara? Well, here is Zara. This is something that Zara Sultana posted from a personal Twitter account. I want to clarify the situation regarding the membership system for Your Party. Neither of this week's emails had the dual authorization of both myself and Jeremy, which was the agreement made at the start of this process. After being sidelined by the MPs named in today's statement and effectively frozen out of the official accounts, I took the step of launching a membership portal so that supporters could continue to engage and organize. This was in line with the roadmap set out to members on Monday and is a safe, secure, legitimate portal for the party. Everyone who supports us should sign up now. My sole motivation has been to safeguard the grassroots involvement that is essential to building this party. Unfortunately, I have been subjected to what can only be described as a sexist boys' club. I have been treated appallingly and excluded completely. They have refused to allow any other women with voting rights on the working group, blocking the gender balance committee that both Jeremy and I signed up to. Now, what did we see a couple of weeks ago? Adnan Hussain being outed for being anti-abortion rights, and not just him, but a bunch of the other MPs in the Independent Alliance. And also, he's a fucking transphobe and a landlord. So when Zara Sultana says, I have been subjected to what can only be described as a sexist boys' club, not only do I believe her because we should believe it when women say these things, but it is absolute, without a shadow of a doubt. Of course, that's what's happening. Do you remember what Adnan Hussain said in response to Zara Sultana when she was questioned about the transphobia that Adnan Hussain was talking about? She said, transphobia and bigotry has absolutely no place in this party. Adnan Hussain went to Twitter straight away, just like every other fucking transphobe. He went to Twitter and he said, this is sixth form student politics. He deleted that tweet. Of course, she has been belittled. Of course, she has been spoken down to by men who are not feminists. Like, come on, you are not a feminist. If you don't support trans people, if you don't support abortion rights, God only knows how he treats his tenants, right? Who are women. So, I completely believe it. It is also important to be transparent about why this situation has arisen. I do not believe members will accept Carrie Murphy and her associates having sole financial control of members' money. This is something that has been being discussed within people who support Your Party. The fact that not only this happened, but also Jeremy Corbyn signed a letter that includes Adnan Hussain and excludes Zara Sultana is fucking bonkers. Yeah, it's time we let go of this guy. It's time we let go of this guy. You know, the only way that he could possibly save this is if he completely denounces these, he's a meek man. Like, say what you like about Jeremy Corbyn, he's got great politics, but he is a meek man. And if these bullish, transphobic, hateful men have pushed him into a corner and said, no, this is what's happening, I completely believe that he will be bullied and have, not enough scruples to stand up to that. I completely believe it. It's a shame, but again, this is why we do not idolize people. And it's important to always scrutinize politicians, any kind of politician, whoever they are. right? So this is something that people have been discussing, this Carrie Murphy stuff. This was before the Adnan Hussein transphobia stuff. Jeremy Corbyn and Adnan Hussein and the other independent MPs were all essentially talking about, oh yeah, well, we've decided to do this, we've decided to do that. And some of the members, some of the people who pledged support were like, wait, what do you mean? I thought all this was going to be decided by members at a founding conference. And that's why all of us were so shocked and had bad reactions. Like I had a bad reaction. And if any of the people that I upset when I was talking, you know, any of the trans people that I upset when I was talking about this on Blue Sky, if any of you were watching, like I deeply apologize. Like obviously it was completely stupid. But the reason that we all had such an emotional reaction to this is because it is not what we were told. We were not told that there would just be these like top-down decisions happening. We were told that it was like, no, this is from the members. It's going to be a proper organization. It's going to be a proper left-wing coalition organization that's going to be decided. All the policies going to be decided by members, and that's going to be it. Unfortunately, that is where we are up to. This is why we were all stressed out. This is why everyone has been stressed out when anything about your party has come out. From the outset, we agreed that MOU operations limited, stewarded by Jamie Driscoll, Beth Winter, and Andrew Feinstein, would hold and manage funds on behalf of members until the founding conference, at which point they would be transferred to a new entity established democratically. Every penny raised so far has gone to MOU operations, and this continues to be the case within our new membership portal. This, to be clear, is members' money, and our members must decide how it is spent. Correct. She's right. This arrangement was designed to ensure transparency, accountability, and protection against the concentration of financial controls in the hands of any one person, which is what it appears this f***ing landlord and his other independent MP mates, and unfortunately now Jeremy Corbyn, appear to have wanted to have happened. They wanted to have top-down control. Right? I regret today's statement has misrepresented the situation. My actions have been consistent with our shared commitment to build an open, democratic, and member-led organization. I will continue to fight for a process where members' money, data, and voices are safeguarded, not centralized under the control of one individual. I'm calling on Jeremy to meet with me and agree to make public all agreed structures, processes, and decision-making protocols. Doing this will restore hope for our members and ensure nothing like this can ever happen again. This party is more important than any one person, and we all owe it to the movement to deliver a truly democratic and socialist party. The Democratic Founding Conference of this party will take place in late November. I will keep fighting for minimum program for maximum democracy. You have my word. Now, I trust Zara Sultana in all of this. I don't trust the other guys. She's the only person that I trust. And I think you'll remember me saying, chat, lots of people kept referring to it as Jeremy Corbyn's party, and it was stressing me out because I always believed that Zara Sultana should be the head of this party. And I think that these men, this boys club, have been terrified of that. I think that's exactly what it is. And it stinks a bit, right? If you think about Adnan Hussein, he's a landlord, he's a misogynist, he's a transphobe. That all stinks of being a domineering man, a domineering, controlling person, especially with accusing Zara Sultana of behaving with student politics when she was simply saying bigotry has no place in our party, in the new party. So that's where we are up to. I trust Zara Sultana with this. If Jeremy Corbyn decides to sit down with her and meet with her, then that would be great. This would be so good and important, and it would mean that we would have a democratic opportunity to actually decide policy as members. But if none of this happens, she's got to go to the Greens. That's the only way. There's technically a valid path to fixing this if Corbyn pulls his finger out to meet with Zara in November, conference goes really well. Yes, that's what I'm saying as well, Sorky. Yeah, absolutely. Sexism probably played a large part on the ideological front, but let's not underplay class interests in all this. Oh no, absolutely. He's a landlord first and foremost, right? That's where he gets his dough. 1,000%. I'm unsure because if your party comes into being in some capacity, it will pull so many genuine leftists into an opportunistic right sock dem snake pit, and I think it would be a horrible state of affairs. Not sure if it's salvageable, but it would be bad to retreat to these f***ers. I'm not British, but that's my 2 cents. I think that unfortunately that kind of a thing is too much to expect. A rejection of that kind of a thing is too much to expect from British organising, sadly, Mia. The reality is that organising in Britain is very weak. It does happen, and it is happening, but I truly believe that if we have a party that says, yes, we've got left-wing stuff, yes, we're doing left-wing things, I think that actually it's more of an opportunity for those of us who do organize to say, hey, you're doing this, we should also be doing this, because we can't put our faith on, in politicians. So I actually think that the Green Party is going to be a good vehicle for that going forward. I think that with the Green Party pushing the Overton window to the left with Zach Polanski's line and the rest of the policies that are being decided by the Green Party members and the new Green Party leadership. I think that they are going to pull people into the support, and I think that we as leftists who are, more left-wing than the social democrat ideas that the Green Party, the eco-socialist social democrat ideas and policies that the Green Party is proposing, we can go into the Green Party and say, hey, guess what? Like, there is also other stuff that we can be doing as well. Like, the Green Party is a great vehicle, but ultimately to get true liberation, this is what we need. We need local people's assemblies. We need local Soviet councils, but you don't say Soviet councils because everyone will be like, you're a weird communist. You just say it in a different way, right? Which probably is just people's assemblies, local people's assemblies, right? I'm a Green member and one of my trans friends is a Norwich Green councillor. Hell yeah. It's just the right way. It's just the right way to talk about it, It's just the right way to think about it and the right way to do it, I think. I think this is just the right way to do it. No one should say Soviet council because Soviet already means council. Yeah, but no one fucking knows that in the UK. If we were at the political temperature where we could say workers' councils, saying a Soviet, like, people would be like, what are you talking about? I don't know how party funding works in the UK, but in Germany, Die Linke, which I deeply hate, to be honest, at least allows for some breathing room for leftist organizing because they have lots of infrastructure which is attached to the parliamentary funding. Right, exactly. Well, this is the thing, right? You probably understand that the political temperature in Germany is not one where there are enough support for workers' councils and people's assemblies all over the country to be able to support an actual socialist revolution at this point, right? And again, I'm saying revolution just in case there's any Twitch staff watching. I'm talking about a non-violent revolution where basically people in communities build enough power so that they don't need to rely on the state anymore. That is just not possible in Germany, right? So that's why it's important for Die Linke to allow for that, and I think that that's good, right? And of course, it's good to deeply criticize them if they have social democrat basic politics, basic left-wing, the bar is in hell politics kind of thing. That is exactly where we are at in the UK. I'm not an accelerationist. I don't want the right wing to gain more power. I don't want to be in a situation where my friends are being killed and people are getting disappeared and shit like that, right? That's already kind of happening in the UK. Like, trans people already have such a hard time and are already dying because of the state violence. Disabled people are already dying because of state violence. This bureaucratic system which is designed to kill people essentially in the UK, and migrants are being housed in mini prisons and being deported to God knows where and God knows what and God knows why. So, I don't want to concede further ground to the right, and I think that that's the way that we do this. We have a party that pushes the Overton window to the left, like what is happening with Zach Polanski, and potentially if there is still support for your party, that could happen too. But it remains to be seen. I don't really know if anything will happen now as a result of this. It's hard to say, but we will see. We shall see.